Close your eyes for a second. Now picture this. It's 20 below zero outside. No jacket, no heater, not even a single blanket. Just you, a tiny fire, and a pitch black night that just won't end. This isn't some horror movie. This was real life, 30,000 years ago, right in the middle of the Ice Age. And here's the crazy part. Thousands of people just like you survived that brutal cold for years with literally nothing we have today. So how on earth did they pull it off? Let's get into it. All right, picture yourself sitting inside a cave. The wind outside is howling so hard it actually sounds terrifying. And the only thing keeping you warm is a small fire that's about to die out. If you don't do something, and fast, your body temperature is going to start dropping. And once that happens, there's almost no coming back. But here's the thing, you've got something that can save your life. Something you spent hours building just the day before. A piece of clothing. Yep, a piece of clothing you made with your own 2 hands, out of the skin of an animal you killed yourself. Going out hunting during the Ice Age meant one thing: facing mammoths, reindeer, or bison. And these animals weren't just food. Their skin was basically the difference between life and death. Every time a hunting party brought down a big animal, the very first job was preserving that hide. One mistake and the whole tribe's winter survival was at risk. Mammoth hide was thick and warm, basically nature's own version of a winter coat. Reindeer fur was lighter, but incredibly insulating, since tiny air pockets got trapped right inside the fur. Kind of exactly how thermal jackets work today. Here's a fun fact. Reindeer fur is so effective that modern Arctic explorers still copy that same design today. But just throwing on an animal skin wasn't enough. Loose hide couldn't block out the wind. And that's where one of humanity's most underrated inventions comes in. The bone needle. People would slowly grind down animal bone, sanding it with water, until it turned into this thin, sharp needle with a tiny hole at the end for thread. And that thread? It came from sinew, basically animal tendons that worked almost exactly like the thread we use today. After that came the most important job of the night: sewing. People would sit in a corner of the cave, working by firelight for hours, stitching pieces of hide together, seam by seam, stitch by stitch, making sure not a single gap let the wind in. This wasn't just clothing. This was their life insurance. Here's something pretty wild. Ice Age people didn't just throw on one big thick coat. They actually figured out layering. The first layer was tight-fitting, close to the skin, designed to trap body heat. On top of that came a thicker, looser layer for insulation. And the outer layer was built to be wind and waterproof, keeping snow and moisture out. Sound familiar? It's basically the same setup we use today for hiking or skiing. Base layer, mid layer, outer layer. The only difference is they didn't have a sporting goods store. What they had was knowledge, hands-on experience, and generations of trial and error. Clothes were only half the story. The other half of survival was shelter and fire. Caves gave them natural insulation. Stone walls kept the wind out. But managing the temperature inside still came down to fire. And fire wasn't just for warmth. It kept predators away, cooked their food, and honestly, gave them emotional comfort too. When the world outside felt that hostile, sitting next to a burning fire basically meant we're still alive. A lot of tribes kept their fires going round the clock. Someone always stayed awake just to keep it burning. Because if that fire went out in the middle of the night, there might not be anyone left to light it again by morning. Hands and feet. Those are usually the first body parts to get hit by frostbite. So, people made fur-lined boots, stuffed with grass or moss for extra insulation. Gloves were made from small pieces of hide, wrapped around the hands almost like mittens. Here's something pretty interesting. Archaeologists have actually found delicate bone tools at sites in Siberia that were specifically designed just for making boots. And the precision on them? Honestly, it still impresses scientists today. And here's the coolest part. These techniques never really disappeared. Inuit communities, who still live in extreme Arctic cold today, use almost the exact same clothing techniques. Animal fur, layering, hand-stitched seams. Their traditional parka design is literally inspired by these same Ice Age principles. Thousands of years have passed, but that basic survival wisdom, it's still alive. So just think about this for a second. If you took someone from today, no phone, no jacket, none of our modern stuff, and dropped them straight into the Ice Age, would we even survive? Honestly, we'd probably give up within a few days. Because what was just normal life for them would be an absolute nightmare for us. But they didn't just survive, they kept their kids alive, their tribe alive, generation after generation, with nothing but a piece of hide they sewed together with their own two hands. So next time you put on a warm jacket, remember that comfort came at a price. And that price was thousands of years of hard work, knowledge, and pure will to survive.